Hello, and so happy to see you here. Now, I was going to talk to you honestly about something else on this 40-day challenge, but it came to me something huge just a matter of moments ago that I feel is so much more important, and I can extend and change things around to where it all adds up. Now, I know that I've talked about goals, I've talked about tasks, I've talked about timing, I've talked about the schedule, and about self-love. A part of all of this is dealing with loss. Yeah, I said that big L word, loss. Now, I'm not talking loss of finances, although that could be a part of it. I am talking about significant loss, like the loss of a loved one, the loss of a beloved car, the loss of a beloved pet, loss of physical things, tangible things, even financial, loss of children, loss of anything in life that cause such extreme emotional despair that you don't know how to deal with it. Now, some people, their body actually reacts to these significant losses with a thing called fibromyalgia. Their nerves go all crazy and they don't know what to do. It's a way for your body to react to the significant loss, to the significant trauma, whatever it might be. So I'm going to give you a huge challenge. Now, this doesn't just go for you, it goes for me as well. Okay? Because something that I've read recently, and I've read this through different sources, so it's not just one. It's from doctors, it's from financial geniuses, from pastors, all across the board. I'm going to give you this challenge because it's huge. In the loss, any loss that we have, there's a gain, there's a gift, there's a lesson to be learned, a lesson to grow on. Now, I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to come back with some opposite examples. And what I mean by that is the positive part. Not the negative, not the loss, but what is the gain? What is the value in it? Okay? So, I have so many losses, it's mind-blowing. Okay? Starting from childhood, I lost my dream. I wanted to be in a career, and I was told that I was living in a Never Never Land. Okay? Then I wanted to be an accountant, a CPA. Now, let me tell you, a CPA and dyslexia don't go together. They're just not cohesive, especially when the dyslexia shows up in numbers. And they kept telling me, oh, it's transference, which is an accounting term for turning numbers around or upside down, which is normal under most circumstances with most accountants. Well, to be a CPA, I just couldn't see it, and it was just mind-blowing confusing to me. So I was like, no, this won't work. I can do basic accounting. I've got basic accounting down. No problem. Okay? But the reality is that I realized by my senior year, my dreams of being in accounting were done. No more accounting. No. But what I did learn later, much later, is that accounting, business, and acting, theater, go hand in hand. They are together. That you have to have both of those together to be successful in a career. Now, accounting is helpful, and you can be an actor or actress. It's endless. Okay, you can be an actor or actress whenever you choose to get out there. For me, for the moment, I've chosen that I need to stop a moment and get myself together. that's where the next losses come in, okay? Because I realized, and it took me a long time to come to terms with this, that my other losses compounded to where I need to deal with them, find the gain, before I can go back and be the actress, the really good and prosperous woman that I am meant to be. And maybe I'm not meant to be an actress. God only knows, and as of right now, it's just not there. So after I was pushed into an arranged marriage and into human trafficking, I ended up with child and ended up with a rape child and ended up with a whole lot of legal issues. And in the process, I had a lot of little losses in that. I had loss of connections, networking. I had loss of that connection with my kids. I even lost a child in the middle of it, which I'm very grateful for now, because it would have made things a lot more complicated. So in that aspect, it's easy. It was a blessing in disguise because it would have made things a lot more complicated and it was just better off. So, in the end, I was told that I didn't have to pay any support to this person because of mental health issues. The mental health issues I was discovered to have back in school. He tried to use them in a court of law, so they switched it and said, no, you said that she can't handle the kids, so she can't handle the income, so no, she wiped clean. 2 years later, they decided to reverse that, and I ended up having to pay him anyway. Well, a blessing on that part is that I was not having to pay for that time period. That's a good thing. The sad part is that he ended up with $52,000 by the end of it. So that was a huge loss. It's like, what could I have done with that $52,000? I mean, what could any of us done? I mean, the world's your oyster with that much. For a lot of people, can make millions out of that. So that's a huge loss. Afterwards, I ended up losing the kids. So that was a huge loss on both of our parts. They don't know me, I don't know them, and he made sure that it wasn't connected there. Then after that, I lost my first husband and lost I had to walk away from a very toxic marriage, and then I lost my last husband. Now, these two husbands that I lost were within 10 years, as in 2019 was my last loss. Now, that wasn't they were losses. I didn't realize how they compound. See, there's a snowball effect, okay? So I lost those two, and then I lost the 52,000. That was by the end of 2018. And then I lost 3 cars and a service dog. So my whole point here is that we have a lot of loss, but turn it around. What's the gain? On many aspects, I look back at, like, when I had my ankle surgery. A positive was that my service dog, he wasn't with me anymore. I didn't have to be concerned about him. There have been many occasions where I've been grateful that he wasn't there, because I wouldn't have been able to give him the attention that he would deserve, because I had to take care of myself. Now, in some cases, when you have a service animal, you have to have somebody else come in and take care of that service animal while you tend to yourself, because that service animal can't help you in all aspects. I mean, they can still help you, just not in some ways, like taking them out for walks, doing all the basics, etc. Sometimes you need help with that. Then the story that I'm not going in depth here about the story of my ex, but I've been encouraged to write a book because I legally had to change my name. not because I wanted to, but because I was pushed into it. I do not feel like it's a loss because I also took in, here's the positive silver lining, is that my first late husband always stressed respect. So I honored him with respect, but I also honored my entire family and my grandfather by my name change. Now, my family has struggled with my name change, but I told them when we're private together, my name still stands the way you've always called me. Not a problem. But when we're out in public, I'm Scarlett. End of story. So they respect that. So the silver lining on that is it's protective. The name feels like protection to me. I feel very protected. I feel very secure, and I like that feeling because I don't I don't have any issues with it. And now it's gotten to where it feels kind of weird when people call me by my birth name. So, but it's not a bad thing. It's just I'm, you know, it's I answer to both. But for my protection, that's how it is. So, I would like you to tell me your loss and then the silver lining, the positive, the gain that you got from that loss. Now, if you don't feel comfortable writing about it, at least write a note about it, and let me know that you've received that note or that you've received what I've said and you've put it to action. Because trust me, I'm noticing as I'm changing these losses to positives and to gains, I'm actually gaining in my life. I'm still working on trying to find ways to gain, and that's what I'm going to come back with you tomorrow about, is the gains and how I've come about it so that you can implement it too. Because my whole goal is for all of us to grow in a unified situation. I want to be able to see growth for not only myself, but for you as well. The whole point of this 40-day journey is to be able to grow. It's energy and it's growth, it's exercise, it's a workout, and it's not a hard workout. The whole point is for this to be sort of a mental exercise, getting the mental, the emotional, the spiritual parts, the mindset parts, all getting aligned and into a perfect unison. Now, this video is a little bit longer than all the rest of them, simply because of, well, the fact that loss is pretty big. And for all of us, it can be a big thing and it can affect us in many ways. So I'm still going to be doing my Fibro Friday, but on a Sunday. But I am just doing this 40-day challenge as an add-on. If you'd like to connect with me, feel free to comment below, or you can email me at scarlo.folsom@gmail.com, and I leave that in the description below. So until tomorrow for our next day of 40-day challenge, have a great one.